Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Friday the 19th of May 2023. In today's Millwall news, Millwall put out their retained list. And here we go. Millwall confirmed 2022-23 retained list. Millwall Football Club has confirmed its retained list for the 22-23 season, with Scott Malone and Mason Bennett departing the den at the end of the month. Left back Malone leaves after a second spell in Esse 16 with 189 appearances and 14 goals to his name, playing 33 times in the Sky Bet Championship this campaign, as Rowett side finished 8th in the league table. Bennett, meanwhile, clocked up 103 appearances during his time at Lions, finding the back of the net 11 times since joining, initially on loan in January 2020. The club would like to extend its gratitude to both for the service they've given to Millwall and wish them well in their future careers. Indeed, very much so. Elsewhere at first team level, Ryan Nedard has been offered a new contract, with discussions ongoing, whilst Connell Truman has been offered fresh terms. Charlie Cresswell, Jamie Shackleton, Callum Stiles and Oliver Burke all returned to their parent clubs following the conclusion of their loan spell. So that would suggest the right to buy for Callum Stiles, or first refusal, whatever, has been waived, I assume. And that deal's not going to happen. So that's what I take from that. But there you go. So what do we think about that then? I see a lot of people on Twitter, a lot of Mill fans, not happy about offering Ryan Leonard a new deal. Well, you don't know what the terms of the deal are because it hasn't been signed yet. Maybe it's a pay cut. Maybe they're offering less money. Maybe they're offering the same money, which is a pay cut because of this fucking inflation, which is insane. Double-digit inflation. Yeah, great. So if that's why everyone's striking, like, was it nurses or junior doctors? They want 35% pay rise. Holy shit, are you people insane? But hey, here we go. So a lot of people are upset about Ryan Leonard getting a new deal because he's been injured a lot. And you could argue he's been probably injured as much as Mason Bennett. But the thing with Ryan Leonard, he is a defensive player, and we are very weak defensively at the moment. During last season, last 2 seasons, clearly they thought there was a problem there because we've loaned Charlie Cresswell and Danny Ballard. So we're trying to shore up the defence, add a bit more to it. Whereas attacking options, we're pretty much loaded now. Duncan Watmore, Romain Esse, Tyler Burry, Adamu Maku. We've got quite a lot up front. But so Ryan Leonard, he can play centre midfield and right back. So he's basically the backup right back to Danny McNamara, or the alternative right back. And if he goes, then who else is going to play right back? We'll sign a right back, or bring one of the under 21s through. I don't know, but so yeah, Malone gone, Mason Bennett gone, Ryan Leonard. I think he's going to leave. To be honest with you, I can see him. I've said before, I can see him going to Ipswich if they want him. That's closer to where he's from, isn't it? A South Essex area, and they're in a championship now. So, but we will see him. Connell Truman, so he's been offered a deal, but he hasn't signed it yet. Now, why is this? Obviously, he's the third choice. He's probably looking at George Long and Biakovsky, and he's thinking, what's happening here? I don't know. Maybe he wants to play and he's not happy being third fiddle. But we will see. We will see. So, moving on down to the under 21s. Alfie Allen, Tyrese Briscoe, Jordan Gilmore, Arthur Penny, and Ryan Sandford will depart the club's under setup. So they're all gone. They're all leaving. Alfie Allen, Tyrese Briscoe, Jordan Gilmore, Arthur Penny, and Ryan Sandford. So, I think Ryan Sandford's already gone out the door a while ago. Hasn't been seen around the situation. Arthur Penny was at the celebration the other day, got his medal. Jordan Gilmore as well. He was actually on the bench. Horace Briscoe was there as well. He got a medal, but he's been injured. Alfie Allen actually played, and I think he's probably playing on Monday, so his head's going to be okay, hopefully. Because he played pretty well, actually. But yeah, it's obviously a chance for him to showcase himself, so I should think he should play and play well and hopefully get a decent deal somewhere else out. But yeah, Ryan Sanford, so that's weird. So obviously he was the third choice goalkeeper, and then they brought in this Connell Truman so that he could go out on loan. He went out on loan and he had a bit of a viral moment. I think it was the FA Cup. He saved the penalty and then quickly saved the follow up as well in quite outstanding style, and it was put on Twitter and went quite viral. You know, players like Gary Lineker that retweeted it. So maybe now that he's got a taste of first team football, he actually wants to play because he's barely played at all. Um, so I think he's probably realising, like, I need to play. And even if he stays at Millwall and does become the third choice goalkeeper, he's still not going to be playing. He needs to play up. So now Abdul Malik, Nana Boateng, Seb Frost, and Joe Wright were all offered new deals. So there you go. Interesting stuff. Nino Adamalaki, Kamal Grant, Shamal Lawson, Tom Leahy, Chinook Lee, Carl Smith, and George Walker have had options on their contracts triggered. That's automatic. So there you go. Yeah. Not really any surprises there. The ones that we offer new deals, I don't know if they'll sign. Abdul Malik, Boateng, Drost, and Joe Wright. But we will see. From the under 18, so they're going all the way down with this list. Ernie Cheeseman, Quay Coleman, and Callum Donaldson have been released, whilst George Evans, Finley Cotton, Oliver Evans, and Henry Hearn have been offered professional deals. So Finley Cotton, under 18, but he's been a sub and been in and around the under 21s. Yeah, he signed that deal, so they say they've been offered deals, but I know the Finley Cotton one because I see a picture of him on Twitter signing the deal that was put up by his agent. So some of these they may have already signed their deals. It's just you have to go to their social media or with their agent's social media to find out. Some of them who have been offered deals may have already signed them. So George Evans is a different George Evans. It's apparently George Evans isn't mentioned here, the grown-up one. So he must have got a 2-year deal, which is remarkable. So he's going to be sticking around. This George Evans here that they mentioned is from the under 18. He's a goalkeeper. So yeah. Arezki Hamuchen has had an extension to his scholarship. So on the schoolboy scholarship situation. So similar to what Zach Lovelace was on, and then you have to be over a certain age before you can get an actual deal. Till before then, on a scholarship. So I think the age is 16. You can't get an actual professional contract unless you're 16 years old. The club would like to place on record its gratitude to all departed for their hard work and professionalism throughout their time at Millwall and wish them the best of luck in their future careers. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But not really any surprises there. I guess maybe Jordan Gilmore, because you would think if Ryan Sanford, I was expecting maybe Ryan Sanford and Joe Wright. And you would think with one of them definitely leaving, maybe the other one might as well. He's just been offered a deal, hasn't he hasn't announced he signed it. Maybe that would leave Jordan Gilmore room to step up, and he's been pretty decent. So, but hey, he's leaving, so maybe again, because he was on loan at Vickers Crayford, Dartford at the end of the season. Maybe again he's thinking, I need to play. I can't mess around and waste my time like TikTok. Once you get to 21, once you get to 24, you'll have 9 years left. 9 years. 9 years goes in a flash. So you really need to be hitting the ground running and start getting on it. But yeah, there you go. What do you think? Not really any surprises there, really, is there? It is what it is, and we'll just have to see if the ones who've been offered contracts. Obviously, like I said, we don't know if they've improved contracts or maybe what's the opposite of improved? Worse than contracts. So if they don't sign it, maybe does it signify something? Because obviously we've reached a crescendo. We keep getting there or thereabouts in terms of trying to get in the playoffs. We huff and we puff, and we've been failing just 3 years in a row. And this one was the worst one yet, because we were there we were in after 45 minutes, and then we just fucked it up in the second half against Blackburn. So some of these players are going to think this is the peak. After this, I think it's going to go down, and then they leave, or we'll see. But obviously, the club being a bit ruthless, letting Malone go, letting Bennett go. Is that the club, or is that Gary Rowett? And you would assume that a budget will be available for them to spend on better players and could improve the squad now. And of course, next season as well, we've got an improved TV deal. I doubt we're not going to get the money straight away, but that's money will come at the end of that season, I assume. So yeah, I wonder who are we going to sign though? Who are we going to sign? What do we need? I think we certainly need a left back, unless they're going to promote Nino Maliki to the bench as the backup left back, or give him a go in the first team. Certainly, probably need another centre back. If we get a third young centre back, that's absolutely mustard on loan again. That would be a miracle. I mean, we've had two really good ones in a row. Could we bring Mitchell back? Is he good? He's a bit of a clopper though, isn't he? He's not really a ball player, which is why he's dropped out from Johnson. He's really more of an interceptor, tackler type, aerial duel type. He's not really a ball playing centre back. But yeah, interesting. Who are we going to sign? No, but let's move on to this from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Gary Rowett answers question about summer interest in his Millwall squad and Zion Fleming's championship potential. Gary Rowett reckons that Zion Fleming has the ability to be a championship standout player next season. The Lions' number 10 dubbed the Bermondsey Bergkamp after his club record 1.7 million move to SC16 from Fortuna Sittard last season, scored 15 goals. Only Swansea's Joel Perreault and Coventry's Victor Gutierrez had more shots than Fleming in the regulation league campaign. So yeah, Fleming had the third most shots in the league, and most of them were free kicks that he absolutely bloomed. So unless he improves on his free kicks, he should probably stop taking. When we brought Zion in, he was only 23 at the time, and he'd never played in England before. He had an absolutely barnstorming season. Lions boss Rowett told the South London. He could be the best player in the championship next season. That's the potential he's got. Fleming has no release fee in his Millwall deal. Asked if he expected interest in the Amsterdam-born attacker, Rowett replied, I would expect quite a few other players to attract interest. You don't want to win that amount of games in the championship and perform so well in a lot of the games, not to have a squad that a lot of the other teams would want to look at. Zion is obviously one because it's his first season. Just as much as you can't dampen down expectation, dampen down the excitement at the end of the season, you can't always dampen down the speculation of players performing well. That's part of us doing the right things and us as a club having the right type of young players who we are developing. It wouldn't surprise me, but it's not something our club particularly sees as an issue, because John has proved in the past that we're not a selling club, or one that desperately looks to sell our best players every season. Therefore, I think it will be up to us to do what we do with any players, depending on any interest. Okay. Here's a conundrum. Arsenal offer 20 million for Romain Esse. Yes or no? You take it? That's a lot of money. I think that's our wage bill for 2 seasons. So I would be inclined to take it. But hey ho. So here we go. This is a funny one. Online store is down for maintenance. This is the Lion store. Millwall's official online store will be down for maintenance from 2 p.m. today, Friday the 19th of May. It's off for a week. The works are expected to last a week, and upon completion, the website will once again be operational. Any further updates regarding the Lion store will be communicated on millfc.co.uk. Yeah, this is obviously we were with Hummel's distribution partner, Elite Sports Group. They went bust, so we had to cobble something together, and now we are going to FanDuel. So this could be the FanDuel update. Now, if we get a shirt from Maria before the summer holidays, I will be absolutely impressed. I will be blown away. They get at least one, the home shirt, just a standard blue and white shirt, available to buy before the summer holidays. I will be absolutely flabbergasted. My gasted will be flabbered. But I think this is just a normal takeover thing. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what pops up. It takes a week, so it is half term in a week. So is it half term or I think it's half term. So here, this millfc.co.uk. Millwall achieved family excellence status for 22-23. So Millwall Football Club is one of 66 EFL clubs to have achieved family excellence status for the 22 season, marking the highest success rate since the standard was introduced 15 years ago. The success of the family excellence scheme is evident in a remarkable rise of junior season ticket sales, which have risen by 41% across the league since the 708 season. Overall season ticket sales are also up by 28% in the same period. I think that's to do with the ticket prices for the kids have been they're very good. They've been held quite low. Certainly pay rises, I believe, have been under inflation. They've also brought in tiers as well. I don't know. That's just juniors because obviously they brought in I think under 12s and then 12 to 16 and then 16 to 18 and even like 18 to 21. So obviously tiering it up. The scheme recognises a continuous improvement and best practice that emerges across the league and rewards clubs for their efforts in attracting and retaining young supporters. Of the 66 EFL clubs which achieved family status, 12 were recognised as Gold Award winners for the exceptional family experience they provide for sports and match days. Did we get that? That's not the one we got, is it? No. The appetite for live football shows no signs of slowing down, with crowds for the 22-23 season across the EFL increasing 12% compared to the previous season, with attendance at an all-time high this century. EFL Chief Executive Trevor Birch said, "Our clubs deserve an enormous amount of praise for the outstanding work they've done in making sure the matchday experience is a welcoming one for all families, which has helped boost attendances across all of our competitions. From improved engagement with supporters before and after games to innovative approaches around the match day itself, such as creating dedicated fan zones and improving catering options, clubs are pulling out all the stops to enhance their offering and attract the next generation of young fans. I would like to congratulate all those clubs who have achieved family excellence status and thank them all for their efforts." So yeah, I think this is like every now and then you get these things that get put on the Millwall website that are pushed out from the EFL. So I think this is one of them. Now, guess what? It is the 19th of May, but I can tell you one of our pre-season games already. Do you want to know? Well, it's Bromley away, of course, so, and it's only an 11. So yeah, a lot of non-league teams are sorting out their friendlies now, and they're putting up graphics like this one, which is from bromleyfc.co.uk. Millwall 11, so that's basically, is that pretty early? That is pretty early, so it might actually be a Millwall 11. It might be a half and half squad. It might be like half of the first team and half of the 121. So yeah, Saturday the 22nd of July at Hayes Lane, 3 p.m. kickoff. So Saturday, 22nd of July, it's a 3 p.m. kickoff away at Bromley. Bromley. There you go. That's our first pre-season announced by Bromley. Damn, huh? Damn. These non-league clubs, they run pretty well, huh? But there you go. Look at that. Look at that stand they built. Built. You see that? Built like a proper stand. It's at Bromley. Like when I went down there was like weeds and stuff growing in the thing. I think still is on the other side. They've come in on leaps and bounds. But there you go. So Bromley away, 22nd of July, marking diaries. And then I don't know. Some people like going to the pre-season games, some don't. I think it's exciting. There was a lot of interest in the Dartford game. It was rammed out because Zion Fleming was supposed to be playing, and everyone wanted to have a look at him. Our record signing, so obviously people wanted to see him. If we sign any decent players, I'm sure these games will be absolutely ramo. But now moving on to this free story. We're going to end with 3 stories about the under-21s. I think they put them out. Obviously, this is from Southern News, but there are 2 from the official site. I think they put them out because they're trying to drum up interest for buying tickets for the under-21 game on Monday night. I think the tickets are selling quite well, but see, they're trying to get as many people in as they can. Here's the thing: I'm 100% I will be going today, but I'm not going to buy a ticket in advance. I'm going to get one on the day. So, there you go. This is from southwarknews.co.uk. Millwall professional development boss issues first team challenge to talented attacker. Romain Esse made his debut for Rowett's senior side as a 17-year-old last season. Romain Esse has been challenged to become a regular starter in Millwall's first team by under-21s boss Kevin Nugent. The 18-year-old was called up by Gary Rowett on Boxing Day, coming off the bench in the Lions' 2-0 win away at Watford. Since then, he has been a regular on the bench, playing 12 games and winning the Young Player of the Year award for 22-23. Yeah, he's only made substitute appearances, hasn't started an actual game yet. Oh yeah, that's what the next paragraph actually says that. He's yet to make his first start in the Championship, but supporters have been desperate to see him included. With his energy and creativity, a major asset in the latter stages of games towards the end of the season. While a loan move was not ruled out early in the campaign, Rowett has been keen to keep the attack at the den. Admitted that the next step for him will be to challenge for a spot in the starting lineup, something which Nugent agrees with. He's still scholar age, but he's come in and he's played Championship football. Nugent told News at Den after Monday's win against Hull City. It's fantastic. He'll continue to keep improving, and obviously everyone is really pleased with how he's progressed. He's going to have an exciting career in front of him, but the next step for him is to become a regular starter in the first team. The pathway isn't always straightforward. If you look at Danny McNamara and Billy Mitchell's pathway, it's been very different. Danny had about 4 loans before he got an opportunity, but Billy didn't go out on loan. It's quite interesting. Players now, their maturity is different than what it would have been years ago. Sometimes it takes them a little bit longer to get the right loan, or whatever it is, to get them in the first team. Sometimes success for us is strange to describe. If we send a player on loan and it doesn't work, it doesn't mean it's not successful. As long as they've learned from being out on loan, they come back and be better players and better people for it. That's successful for us as well. If you're the manager of any Championship football team, your team selection is key. You're under pressure when you're in that technical area, so you want those players that can win you games, and he's one of those. So indeed. So there you go. Well, I'm sure he's going to get a chance next season to be involved in the first team. But see, I think he. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, here we go. The Kevin Nugent previews Blades Showdown. Kevin Nugent is hoping to see his side to the Professional Development League National Final on Monday night. Alright, so okay, it's a recording interview, so I didn't check this out before, so so there you go. Skipping on. Is this a recording interview as well? Yeah. Okay, so it's behind the you need to log in and watch it. So, but yeah, they put this up obviously. Just a reminder, Monday night, the 22nd of May, 7 p.m. kickoff. Under 21s versus Sheffield United under 21s for the national championship. So North versus South, North FC, South FC. Let's have it. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.